नमस्कार। बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि, धर्मं शरणं गच्छामि, संघं शरणं गच्छामि। यह बात जन्म के साथ मैं बिंदु भूषण दुबे सुनते सुनते बड़ा हो गया। आज महात्मा बुद्ध की उस भाग्यशाली धरती लुम्बिनी वन नेपाल में मौजूद हूँ और मैं मौजूद हूँ विद्याभन मित्तैया जो लुम्बिनी वन विकास बोर्ड के उपाध्यक्ष हैं, उपसभापति हैं। माननीय गुरुजी, मैं बिंदु भूषण दुबे भारत की जनता की ओर से आपका स्वागत करना चाहता हूं। आपसे प्रार्थना पूर्वक आई वांट टू नो द फिलोसफी ऑफ महात्मा बुद्ध from your mouth so that present youth, present generation can understand what is the value of life and what is the philosophy of Bhagwan Buddha as per your opinion. Kindly guide us.
This is a very, very broad question indeed. But what I can speculate is that all the ancient spiritual paths in this land of Jambudvipa that we call from the Himalayas to the southern sea, it has been an eternal quest in two ways. First was to understand the universe around us. The first effort was to understand the earth, the water, the air, the fire, all of these elements, the sky, all the stars. Our ancestors have always wondered, what does this mean? How do they relate with us? And then at the same time there has been another quest, that is to understand us, the observer, that is part of all of this equation. Gautama the Buddha, he is one among the peers of this spiritual path. He represents the apex of such exploration of mind and matter. We believe that among all the brilliant teachers that this region has produced, Gautama the Buddha, he carries the flag to its highest point. In summary, what we can understand, the Buddha says that we human beings, we do not stand alone. We are independent. We are not an independent entity on our own right, but rather we are co-dependent with everything around us. In his teaching known as Pacitta Samutpada, Buddha says that we are so intimately linked with every element around us. We are linked with the earth, we are linked with the fire, the air, the water, and in being so, we are linked with every other living being. We are linked with every single human being, irrespective of what caste, what ethnicity, what nationality they come from. And in the same teaching, Buddha talks about that we are equal and related in the same way with every other living being, including the animals. So we can say that for the future generations to come, if we want to take the message of the Buddha, the common teaching would be that Buddha preaches about the mutual coexistence of all the environment around us and us. The current problems facing today's humanity, I think the solutions may come from this speculation, in understanding that we cannot survive as a species unless we protect our environment, unless we tackle the big challenges of climate change. And in doing so, if we come to understand the climate change and environmental threat, they do not affect just us. They do not only affect the Hindus, they do not affect only the Buddhists or the Christians, they affect everyone without discrimination. In a similar way, they affect all other living beings and animals. So I believe strongly that the very scientific teaching of the Buddha is the theory of interdependence, the theory of this complex existence.
One last conclusive question I want to ask with Swamiji. He talked about climate change and environmental problem before the world, before all human nature, all beings. What is the solution in one line as per Buddha ideology? What is the solution?
I would like to remember here that this was not just Buddha ideology alone.
As per your ideology.
Even before the Buddha, in the Sanatana teachings, there has always been a tremendous respect towards the elements. We are taught to respect the earth, the water, the air, every element. So Buddha says that the solution only comes when we are mindful, when we understand and create an attitude of gratitude and respect towards this. So the solution of humanity only comes if we start to treat the sources of water, the sources of food like earth and so forth, and we start to treat the air around us with a very respectful and gratitude attitude. I think the journey begins with this change in our attitude, that these are not commodities to be exploited, but that rather these are the sacred elements that give birth to us, that protect us, that nurture us as a mother being. And I think this is the very core, very essence of our Indic thinking, a respect for the nature. This has been the very prime teaching.
Great idea we have received from Honorable Guruji. I wish to follow the path said by Guruji. I am grateful to him, and whole world should follow this kind of opinion. Thank you. Namaskar.